Hey guys, it's Haley and welcome to another bookish video. Oh my goodness! We have jingling chihuahuas running around in the background. Y'all know how it is here. Let's sit down and talk about this reading vlog. I could not be more excited. So as you can probably tell by the title of this video, in this reading vlog, I'm gonna be reading Gabby from Gabby Reads Favorite Books. And if you are subscribed to my channel, I have no doubt that you're subscribed to Gabby's channel. She is the queen, the original OG booktuber that convinced me to start making booktube videos and create my channel in quarantine because I was absolutely obsessed with watching her channel at the beginning of quarantine a year ago. So I've been watching her channel for a little over a year now, and I am enraptured by her vlogs. They are so interesting. I feel like a nosy little bitch every time I watch her vlogs, but I just love to see her live, and like, I feel like we're friends, but we're not. All that to say that I really love Gabby's book recommendations, and her book taste seem to really jive. So I thought, why not read Gabby's favorite books? So in this video, I'm gonna be reading a few books that she said that she really liked and highly recommended, and I have like a going list of books that I need to read because of booktubers. So Gabby has convinced me to read The Nesting by C.J. Cook, which is a thriller, Playing Nice by J.P. Delaney, another thriller. And that one has missing children, y'all. You know how I love missing children. Also Shipped by Andy Hockman, and The Dream Daughter by
Michelle Chamberlain? I don't know. Oh, you can see it right here.
So I'm actually already a little over halfway through The Dream Daughter. I have been in a reading slump, y'all, for over a week. I'm sorry, Gabby, but I was trying to read The Minders by John Mars for her book club, the book troupe, and it put me in a horrible reading slump. I love The One and The Passengers, both by John Mars, and they're kind of taking place in the same world as The Minders, and I know Gabby loves both of those books too, which is why she picked The Minders for the March pick for the book troupe, but I just had a really difficult time getting through it. It was a 400-page book and it took me over a week to read it. I don't know why. Every time I sat down to read it, I would just fall asleep. And if y'all know, I do not and cannot read multiple books at the same time. So starting another book just is not another option for me. And I just finally pushed through it, and you'll hear my thoughts about that book in the live show. I'm sure I will be in the chat and in my wrap up. All that to say, when I finally finished that book, I really needed like a fast-paced, interesting audiobook to kind of put my mind on autopilot and just escape. So I started cleaning my house yesterday and listening to The Dream Daughter, and I'm happy to report that it has pulled me right out of that slump. It is so fast-paced and super interesting, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. So I made it to a little past the halfway point. I made it to part 2. The book is split up into 2 parts, and oh my god, if you don't know what this book is about, it's kind of like half historical fiction, half contemporary with magical realism / fantasy sci-fi elements. Yeah, it's a lot rolled into one. So basically, this woman is living in the 60s and she loses her husband. The only piece that she has left of her husband is her baby. She's actually pregnant, so it's really important to her that she has this baby and it's healthy because it's her last living piece of her husband who she lost. So she ends up finding out that the baby has a really rare heart condition and she's gonna die. And her brother-in-law actually tells her,
hey, I'm actually a time traveler from the future, and I'm gonna send you to 2001 when I was living in New York, and I'm gonna let you get this life-saving surgery that hasn't been invented yet in the 60s, but can save you in 2001. You can have the baby there, come back, we can all live our happy little lives.
And she's like,
oh, okay. Gotcha.
So we're kind of switching between the 60s and the future, which is 2001. And it's crazy. I'm absolutely loving it. Y'all know I love time travel in books. It's my favorite kind of like sci-fi magical realism type of element. I love books like The Midnight Library and Una Out of Order. So this one just seemed really up my alley. And it is, guys, it is, not only is it fast-paced and interesting, it is so emotional and well written. These characters are really fleshed out and I feel like I know them really well. Also, there have been multiple, not necessarily twists, but just things that have happened in the book that gave me chills. The last sentence of part 1, like leading into part 2, I got full body chills. I was listening to it just now when I was doing my makeup and getting ready to film this clip. Literally my whole body was in chills. Like, this book is so amazing. I'm so happy Gabby convinced me to read it because I don't think I would have picked it up otherwise. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the cover or something, but it just looked like a mom book to me. But I'm happy to report I'm really enjoying it. And I only have a few hours left of the audiobook. I think I'm gonna bake cookies later and listen to the rest of it. And I will give you my full update. We'll see if I cry because I already have a feeling it's gonna destroy me. So see you later. Well, I'm wrecked. So thanks for that, Gabby. I had my little cry after I finished The Dream Daughter just now, and I mean, if you're looking for an emotional journey with light magical realism and like tough family dynamics and like sad, heartbreaking events, please read The Dream Daughter. It was so freaking good, and I don't even want to say things and get into things because I don't want to spoil it. Go in knowing virtually nothing. You will love this book. 100%. I loved this book. And I don't think I would have picked it up if it wasn't for Gabby's recommendation. So thank you, Gabby, because I absolutely freaking loved this book. 5 stars. Easy 5 stars. The writing was beautiful. The characters were emotional and real. Like, they really felt so real. This is like a new favorite of all time. I'm like still processing. I think I'm gonna need a minute before I start my next book, which I think is gonna be Playing Nice by J.P. Delaney. I just need a moment. So I'm gonna make some cookies and take them over to my friends as like a happy spring break gift because me and all my grad school buds are on spring break now, which is why I have time to read and do this vlog. So I'm gonna do that and then hopefully start the next book. I'm gonna give myself a moment to gather my emotions first though. Guys, good morning. It is the next day. I am about to start seeing some clients, but before then I wanted to sit down and update you on how the reading is going. So last night I started Playing Nice by J.P. Delaney. It is a thriller following 2 families whose sons actually got switched at birth. So the mothers gave birth in like these cushy private hospitals, but those hospitals didn't have a NICU for premature births that had really severe health conditions. So they were both taken to a bigger hospital at the same time. During that transport,
they got switched up.
So they've been raising each other's children, and it goes from there. It's a thriller, it's family drama. It has legal thriller vibes, like there are like case notes, like there's a lot of suing happening, suing the hospital, legal custody battles between the parents. So I'm a quarter of the way through the book. So it's just introductions, but I am really enjoying it so far. It is like a classic British domestic thriller. Like, I love, that is my thing, you guys know that, but with that added element of just like uncomfortableness. I don't know, it's just really good. I love these kind of slower paced, lower stakes thrillers where you can really dive into the characters and see it as like a character study. Like, I'm always thinking like, how would I react in that situation? Like, if down the line like this happened to me and Cameron, like how would we react? Would we have these like weird reactions like these people? Would something else? I don't know, it's just like making me think. It's very intriguing. I can't wait to know what happens, for things to start really like amping up, because right now it's just like this uncomfortable air and you're like waiting for that thing to drop, and I'm really enjoying that suspense. So that is my only update for now. I will try to update you guys at the 50% mark. I do have a pretty busy day. I have 5 clients back to back, but hopefully I will get some reading done at some point. I also need to get some editing done, so we'll see. But I'll see you guys later. Hello guys, I'm coming to you live from my parking garage. It's actually,
Oh my god, this lighting sucks.
so it's actually pretty late in the day, but I have plenty of updates for you. So I actually drove to San Antonio just now to go visit my little brother. He goes to school out there and I hadn't seen him since Christmas, so I just went out to see him, and my dad was down there, so we had a good little family time. And on the way, I really wanted to listen to an audiobook because it was a couple hour drive. So I actually ended up starting Shipped, and I'm really liking it. And I'm surprised because it was compared to The Unhoneymooners by multiple people, including Gabby. So I was really nervous about that. I do not like The Unhoneymooners, but I am liking this book. If you don't know what it's about, basically 2 co-workers that do not get along are up for the same promotion, and they work for a cruise company, so they have to go on this cruise together and then write a marketing proposal about the cruise and compete for the promotion. And it's enemies to lovers, obviously romance, and it's really adorable. I especially love the writing style. It's very easy to digest. It's very summary. I love the imagery. It's beautiful. I know it's weird to say that about a book because obviously I can't see the location, but it really is beautiful. Like the descriptions of the Galapagos Islands and all the animals, and like they just went snorkeling. I'm 40% through, and at the 40% mark they like just finished snorkeling, and it was just awesome. The only thing that I'm not liking is like there's a lot of weird talk of like bodily functions. Like at this point in the book, we're 40% through, and already multiple people have had like stomach problems. We've had vomit, we've had diarrhea, food poisoning. Like, ew, I did not like that, but that is the only thing that I'm not liking. I'm really liking both of our main characters. There's no not like other girls syndrome for our main character. There's a light commentary on feminism in the workplace and how women are treated in the workplace, so I'm really liking that. I also have an update for Playing Nice by J.P. Delaney. I made it to the 35% mark, I believe, and I'm still liking it. There's definitely a building of tension, so I'm waiting for the first big reveal, and I will let you know when I get there what I think about it. But now actually I'm home. I just literally pulled into my parking garage at home, and my mom is actually coming to visit me and Cameron, so we're gonna have dinner with her, and you'll probably see some B-roll. So I don't know if I'm gonna read a lot over the weekend since my mom will be here, but yeah, that is my update for now. Hello, it's been quite a while since I've seen you. I have 1 million dogs, as you saw from the B-roll earlier. My mom is actually in town staying with us, so her little puppy Zeke is here. Here he is. He's a fat little fluffy boy, and he's here for the weekend. So I haven't made much reading progress.
Okay, you're gonna have to go.
because I've just been hanging out with them. So I just listened to the audiobook of Shipped by Andy Hockman, and I am now at the 75% mark. I'm liking it, just like I said in my last update. It's all right. Nothing really groundbreaking, but it is a cute little romance. I think if you are a fan of the Unhoneymooners, or you're looking for something really... Moch! You know how many dog growls I have to cut out of my clips? Or you're looking for something really summery to read by the pool, I think you would love this. It's honestly really making me want to go on an island vacation because the imagery is just really beautiful. I don't think the like miscommunication or like conflict going on between our two main characters is too much. I'm actually liking the sort of miscommunication that's going on because it's not necessarily miscommunication. It's just the two people wanting kind of different things that conflict with their like work interests and their love life interests. So it's really good. I don't have any complaints, but it doesn't feel like a 5-star so far, especially with like the weird bodily function stuff that I was referencing in an earlier clip. So I don't know, I will probably find time to finish it sometime today and give you guys an update. As for Playing Nice by J.P. Delaney, it returns to my library in 2 days, so I have to finish it, but I don't know when that will be. So I will keep you posted and let you know. Is it Boosin' Janelle? Hey guys, it is the next day and I actually finished Shipped by Andy Hockman this morning. It was pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 4 stars. It just didn't give me that 5-star feeling, but it's definitely not a bad book. I liked the ending and the resolution, and I think if you're looking for a cute little summery romance, then go for it. And I still have not gotten past the 33% mark of Playing Nice, so I'm going to start reading it now, and I will let you know when I have more thoughts. It is much later, and I am 70% of the way through Playing Nice, and it is getting really good, like really suspenseful, really dramatic. Like I cannot imagine what I would do if I was in this situation. The shit has hit the fan at this point, and I'm here for it. There's so much drama, and it's like legal drama, so if you like courtroom thrillers, you would definitely love this one. I'm so excited to see what happens. This might be a 5-star. Like, it's going really well. Hello guys, it is the next morning. It is kind of a lazy day. I think we're just gonna go get some Chinese food and my mom's gonna head home. So I will be doing a bunch of housework today and trying to get our lives back together and get out of spring break mode. But this morning I was able to finish Playing Nice by J.P. Delaney, and
Y'all,
this book had so much tension, so much suspense, and I was not ready for it. It really went from 0 to 100 so fast. I was hooked. I felt like I was in these main characters' shoes, and I was like, what would I do if my child was being taken from me and someone was telling me my child is not my child? Like, oh, it got so good. There were so many twists. There was a lot of like violence and talk of like psychopathy and psychopathic personality traits, and it was so well done. If you like legal courtroom thrillers, I think you would love this one. If you love thrillers that involve children, I think you would love this one. I personally ended up rating it a 4.5. The beginning third just didn't suck me in as much. I knew there was something coming, but I didn't have enough to like really suck me in. So once I got back to it and I got super sucked in, it was pretty much a 5-star read. But because of that first third that was just kind of like meandering along, I took off a 0.5 star, but 4.5 stars is amazing. And this was my first J.P. Delaney, and I have a couple more on my shelves, so I'm super excited to get into more of his books. But last up for this video, I'm going to be reading Give me one moment. I'm going to be reading The Nesting, which is another like horror-ish thriller. Gabby has compared this to Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware, which I know is both of our very favorite Ruth Ware book, and we both rated that 5 stars. So if she compared The Nesting to that one, I have a feeling that I'm going to like The Nesting a lot. It's about this architect who is building this dream home. However, it is on the site, or like the house that he's renovating is the place where his wife killed herself. So that's something. I feel like the wife might be the haunting kind of element in here. But as he's trying to renovate the house, he needs someone to watch his 2 children. So that's where the nanny element comes in. The nanny gets there and things are kind of weird. They just seem off. There's like a paranormal presence, and I'm super excited to get into this book. So hopefully I will have some time between doing laundry and dishes and cleaning and getting my stuff ready for school tomorrow to start back up. Hopefully I will get into this book, and I will certainly let you know when I do. But first, dim sum. Yay. Hello guys, we got back from lunch. We got some dim sum and it was really good, but I got some packages, so I decided I would show you guys what I got. I first of all got Wild at Heart, the sequel to The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker. Super excited to get to this one. This might actually take precedence over the other books on my March TBR because I just really want to read it. And I also, sorry, I like already put this one away, so I'm digging her out. I also got Forever Wild, which is the 3rd edition of the series, and it's a little novella. It's so cute. So I am super excited to get back into this series. I also got the TikTok famous workout set. So I'm excited to see if it's actually worth it. I would try it on, but I'm too lazy. But I got this cute little pink color. Kind of matches my nails. Well, I guess it's kind of purple, but whatever. It came with this little scrunchie, and TikTok is ruining my life. It's horrible for my shopping addiction, so there we go. Also, earlier this weekend, my mom and I went plant shopping for my apartment because during the Texas snowpocalypse, all of my plants died outside because I was actually out of town during that. So I didn't bring my plants inside. They all just stayed outside and died. It was so sad. So anyway, we replaced all of them and some inside. So I'm just gonna give you a little plant tour because I forgot to show you that earlier. Starting on my bookshelf, we got this cute little cactus guy to go up here on top of my, to all the boys' books. And then for this tiny little pot, we got these teeny tiny succulents. This little terrarium survived, so no big deal about her. She's a survivor. Then over here, we got this little foxtail. Hopefully she survives here. These vines have been thriving for the past 2 years, but everything I put in that lower pot just seems to die because it is really low light. It's like blocked by the fiddly figs, so hopefully she survives. And then this one up here is like this weird kind of succulent. I don't really know what she is, but I love her. I think she looks so quirky and cute right there. And then moving outside, I replaced my succulents on my window box. So if you don't know, this used to be like, I had propagated a bunch of succulents and it was completely full, and I also had herbs in here, but we have to start all over because of the snowstorm. So just got some to start with. And then over here, we got these dudes, pretty cute. Love the succulents, as you guys probably know. So yeah, that's kind of exciting. I got some new plant babies, and now I actually have to get to work and do laundry and all that fun stuff that I don't want to do. So I will update you when I finally read. Hey guys, it is the next day and I actually got a quarter of the way through The Nesting, and this is really interesting so far. It is giving me Turn of the Key vibes for sure. But what I didn't expect was the switching of the perspectives. So we're not just following this nanny the whole time, but we're also following the perspective of Aurelia, who is the mother who killed herself in this house. So we're like switching back and forth between then and now. And I really like that perspective shift. It keeps me really interested, and I feel like I'm liking this better than Turn of the Key almost. Has a lot more personality and it keeps you really interested. So that's how I'm feeling so far. I have a bunch of clients this morning, but I'm hoping it will stay sunny after I'm done with my clients and I can go lay out and read this book. I will keep you updated. I actually made it to the halfway point of the nesting in between my clients. I'm about to see another one in 2 minutes, so this is gonna be a quick update. But I'm loving the spooky vibes. It's definitely serving me all the ghostiness that I was wanting. And yeah, I think this is such a great book to read when it's like dreary outside. It is kind of cloudy right now. I'm hoping it's gonna clear up after my session so I can still lay out. But it was like drizzling earlier and the vibes were immaculate for reading this book. It is super atmospheric, so if you like books like that, you will definitely like this. And yeah, it's going super well. I'm really enjoying it, and the mystery just keeps unraveling. I am really excited to see if this is actually like a haunting ghost story or if there's a reason behind every creepy thing that's happening. Hello guys, it is the next morning and I finished the nesting yesterday while I was laying out. It was wonderful. I'm giving this book 4.5 stars. I was kind of having trouble getting into it at the very beginning, and some of the reveals weren't as concrete as I would like, but nevertheless, I really enjoyed this book, especially I don't want to give away anything or any spoilers, but just the metaphors that the author was using in this book. It does the thing that I love in horror and thriller books, which I think this has a lot more horror elements that I wasn't expecting, but it was a great surprise, especially in like the dream sequence scenes of the mother who had killed herself or had died mysteriously in some way. Those like dream scenes where we were living in her nightmares were like total horror vibes. I was living for it. But the metaphor that they used between the horror elements and like something else, which I don't want to give away. I don't feel like it's a spoiler, but I don't know. I love when horror and thriller books have some kind of commentary on something real life, like something meaningful. And that could be social justice issues. That could be, you know, something mental health wise. That could be, I don't know, just something important. I love when books prioritize that as a message and have metaphors that speak to something bigger than just being a horror or thriller novel. And I think that this book definitely did that. So yeah, I loved the ending of this book and how it was kind of up to sort of existential interpretation. I also loved the atmosphere. It was just that like very beginning that I was kind of struggling with, and a few of the reveals I did predict. So that's why it's not a 5-star, it's more of a 4.5, but I still think this is a wonderful book. However, if you are wanting to read this book, I would say definitely look up trigger warnings. This is something that you're going to want to be aware of before going into this. So I will link a trigger warning for book website down below where you can check out all the trigger warnings for this book, because I do not see trigger warnings as spoilers whatsoever. I think that's very important before you go on a journey with a book, to kind of know what you're getting into and make sure that you are going to be safe while you are reading. But yeah, I think everyone should give this book a try. It was giving me really like good introspective deep horror movie vibes. Like, it reminded me of the flashbacks when the kids were younger at Bly Manor. It was giving me those vibes 100%. Also, like the Babadook, it was giving me those kind of vibes. So just like horror movies with social commentary. If you like that, you will love this book, and I'm so happy to report that I did love it. And y'all, that means we had 2 4.5 stars, 1 5-star, and a 4-star book for this video. So I would say it was a total success, and obviously we already knew this, but obviously we can trust Gabby's recommendations, and I think her and my taste is pretty similar. So I will definitely continue to watch her videos. Why would I ever stop? I literally will never stop watching her videos. She is the one who inspired me to make my channel. So thank you so much, Gabby, for giving me these recommendations and making videos and inspiring me to make my own. I really hope that you all like this video and kind of a different perspective on some pretty popular booktube recommendations. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and like it if you liked it, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.